Peace. To the goddesses, man. About to do a quick little video. It was popping out there in the YouTube world, man. What's going on out there in the YouTube realm, cuz? Popping out there in the YouTube. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a quick little video today, man. We're gonna be talking about this ancient civilization that everybody be overlooking, man. You know what I mean? Ancient civilization known as parasites, bro. It's parasites, huh? It's nano ancient civilization that is dramatically overlooked, son. Seems like nobody really pays attention to parasites. And yes, parasites is a civilization, son. They're not just some things that just be floating around in the body and all that, man. You know what I mean? Parasites is an ancient civilization that has their own structure on how they carry themselves. They have their own language. They know how to communicate with each other. They have their own construct, meaning that they know how to build. Whether that be structures, defense mechanisms. They also know how to create weaponry, son. On various levels. You know what I mean? It's time for people to start taking a deeper look at what they call parasites, man. Because when people run into these complications that they have in their body, son, they talk about the mucus and all that, the ailments and all that. But nobody never really put the magnifying glass on these damn parasites, bruh. And I know why. I know why nobody don't be talking about the parasites. Because that's how the parasites, hold on. Because that's how the parasites set it up. They set it up to be incognito, man. Now, the reason why I say that these parasites could build on many levels, many dimensions, because they know how to build on a nano level, a micro level, and they know how to build on a gigantic level. So they deal with the micro and the macro. Most people will be like, how the hell they gonna build on a macro level, son? They small as hell. Hell yeah. They might be small, but they not stupid. See, parasites know that in order for them to build on a macro level, like build gigantic things, they have to hack somebody's suit in order to do that. It's technology that was brought into existence in this dimension that supports the life of parasites. And it was built by parasites. because parasites hacked those that was able to build it. You know what I mean? Give you an example. Parasites hack people's vessels. For instance, like a doctor, somebody who's in a lab that's dealing with a whole bunch of different chemical compositions, and they mixing all these formulas and they creating all these different kinds of concoctions and things of that nature, or whether it be machinery, technological level. Parasites would hack this doctor, this engineer, scientist, whatever you want to call it. They would hack this individual vessel. It wouldn't be obvious. It's not like how they show you in the movies, like when somebody becomes like up under some trance and their eyes is just wide open and they walking around on this hypnotic tone. Nah, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be extremely subtle. So you would have these parasites that are hacker scientists or engineer, and they would take over their body, and they would have these people in the labs creating technology for the parasites. People will think that the scientist is in the lab ultimately trying to create whatever it is they're trying to create for humanity. Nah. They build a lot of technology. They build a lot of weaponry. You know what I'm saying? Weaponry in the form of electronic devices that emit a certain frequency. EMF waves, radiation waves, whatever waves you want to call the waves. But they create these various kinds of technology that emit these different types of frequencies that specifically target your cells. Pay attention. These frequencies target your cells, and it don't do a damn thing to the parasites. That is a harness attack, son. That's no different than one jet fighter chasing another jet fighter amongst other jet fighters. But you have that one jet fighter that homes in on that one jet fighter, bobbing and weaving in between buildings and flying through other jet fighters and shoot a homing missile at it. A specified target. You know what I'm saying? A specified target, son. So they got these scientists in these labs creating all these kind of technological devices that's emitting certain types of frequencies that specifically target the cells in your body. Just to give an example. And it doesn't do anything to the parasites that's in your body. It collapses the defense mechanism in your body, targets what they call the immune system. Therefore, the parasites can now do what it is that they need to do on a more higher level, or a more robust level. They won't have that much resistance in the body now. And it's being done favorably. Meaning that people favor it. Why? Because they stand online for the new iPhone. They stand online for the new iPad. They watching TV all the damn time. How many hours they put into the video games, bro? I was one of them dudes who play video games like crazy, bro. All kinds of EMF waves, radiation waves, emitting constantly. Effing you up. Creating an environment that parasites can strive in. You really think a scientist is creating that on his own? Or did that individual get hacked by an ancient civilization? Aliens. You know what I'm saying? Because alien is not indigenous to some gray and green men, even though that's how they program the masses to see alien. Alien just means that whatever space or territory that life force is occupying, it is not indigenous to. It's not indigenous to that part, that place, wherever it is inhabiting, son. It's not indigenous to that space, to that land, to that environment, etc. And what an alien is. And parasites are aliens, son. They're not indigenous to your body. Parasites create a lot of the GMO food because that's the menu that they eat from. Now, for a parasite to be in its natural state, the natural nano state, it's like, yo, we ain't gonna be able to create no Agent Orange. How the hell are we gonna build these big ass facilities and create Agent Orange or Operation Pineapple? You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be able to create seedless grapes. Them things is like planets. A motherfucking pineapple is like a planet to a damn parasite, son. In size. They're like, yo, man, we gonna have to hijack some of these damn humans, man. We're gonna have to hijack some of these people on the damn planet. You know, we're gonna have to get up in their bodies. We're gonna have to repopulate. We're gonna have to build a secondary nervatory system that overlays their original nervatory system. We're gonna have to infuse tentacles up in that, you know, and hack in the brain, you know what I'm saying? Bypass. You know what I'm saying? Because they're utilizing technological tactics, you know, to hack into the vessel and hack into the nerves and hack into the brain and bypass your thoughts. You know what I mean? Bypassing the thoughts so that they can get the scientists or whoever to create the Agent Orange, to create the chemicals, so that they can flourish. The symbols that you see out here, son. There's certain symbols that you see out here that represent parasitic civilizations. There's certain signs and symbols that you see out here that represent parasitic civilizations, son. Like, you know, like when you go to certain territories and you see certain markers in certain neighborhoods that represent certain gangs, or you go to certain territories and you see flags that represent certain nations, or you go to certain territories and you see logos that represent certain businesses. They have sigils out here, son, that represent certain civilizations. Parasites. Parasites really need to be looked at and seen for what they are, son. They are an advanced ancient civilization, son. It's highly advanced. Don't sleep on a parasite thinking because they small they are irrelevant, insufficient, incapable. Hell no. These motherfuckers are smart, son. Smart. Like I said, they got their own language. They got their own form of mathematics because they could build. They know how to. They know how to. They have mental telepathy. They know how to communicate. They know how to build weapons. They reproduce. They move like the army when it's necessary. You know what I mean? They following a plan, son. They following a plan. They not just here blowing in the wind. You know what I mean? So they out here jumping from vessel to vessel. They're using vessels to create suitable living environments, food for them to eat, and they creating chemical compositions that would help them kill the cells in your body that fight them off. You know what I mean? Because the parasites know that the gods created original food that kills parasites. It's obvious the gods knew about the parasites. Because if you look at the organic food, it naturally kills parasites. Naturally, son. Kills parasites. So parasites created a mirror. They created an alternate dimension, an alternate universe where they mirror the food that God created. And they created their own version of an apple, their own version of a pineapple, their own version of a watermelon, their own version of a blueberry. They created their own version of water. You know what I mean? They created their own version of wheat. They created their own version of greens. You know what I mean? And all of that is on the acidic side. All of that is on the side that doesn't have no nutrients, no minerals, no seeds. So they created a mirrorverse. They created a mirrorverse of the God menu, hoping to trick you, so that when you eat that now, it F up your cells and gives them a better chance of fully hacking your vessel. You know what I mean? Yo, the Matrix, bro. The Matrix. Yo, pause, man. I'm eating right now, son. Yo, y'all, y'all already know how it is, man. I'm trying to get my grub on right now, man. Pardon. You know, one thing I don't do though. Let me throw this out there because it's something that came to the head and it came back again. If you ever come across anybody who smack their mouth when they eat, that's a demon. Anybody who smack their mouth when they eat, that's a demon, son. That's what demons do. Be like that. That's what demons do. But yeah. Be aware of these parasites, man. Don't look at these parasites as if they're just some little wormy creatures that's just swimming in the damn body, or grabbing the air particles out here and hitching a ride so you can inhale them, get into your brain and your lungs. You know what I mean? Or they living on surfaces where there's a whole bunch of bacteria and things of that nature, and you touching surfaces and they hijacking through your palms, coming through the pores in your body and all that. You know, people going out to these public restaurants and thinking that the utensils that they're utilizing is actually clean. You know what I mean? Those are like, man, them fast food restaurants, them public restaurants is like, they like airports, man. They're like train stations, man. You know what I mean? People go there and they just get picked up and get transported to another destination, man. You going into a restaurant thinking that you about to get your fine dine wine on and all that. It's parasites all up in that mud. You're just hijacking you like it's like you a train that just came. They look at you as a customer. Well, the people who work there look at you as a customer, but the parasites see you as a train or a plane or a boat. You know what I mean? Or we about to hitch a ride back to this person's crib right here. We about to cause havoc up in this mud. Oh, you really think you about to spend $1,200 on some Wagyu steak? All right. About to hitch a ride up on this mud. You know what I mean? And cause havoc. See, they really undermined the superpowers of a real woman when she's in the kitchen. That's what they did. They made it seem, and this is only, when I'm saying the superpower of a woman, I'm only speaking about the carbonated woman. Because that is the only real woman on the planet, bro. You know what I mean? But I'm going to speak the language. The Matrix has undermined the female's ability to maintain a certain portion of the household when it comes to her cooking and cleaning. They made it seem like that was such a useless task. They played on her emotions and saying, you shouldn't be a housewife. There's so much more that you could do in the world. You're sitting home at a stay-at-home mom, cooking and cleaning. Basically, you're wasting your whole life away, not knowing that in order for you to do that, it takes superpowers. Because they might advertise it as she's staying home, cooking and cleaning. But the reality is, she's exercising alchemy and sorcery. She's utilizing superpowers. Why? Because when she's cleaning the house, she is spellbounding and casting demons away, son. She is exercising sorcery on an alchemical level when she's cleaning the house. You know what I'm saying? She's doing witchcraft. Now, this is for the carbon woman, son. But you know, I'm speaking the language. When she goes through her regular routine of what it takes to clean and disinfect the house, she's doing witchcraft and she is slaying demons or expelling demons or keeping demons at bay. And it takes superpowers to do that. Not everybody can do that. For number one, with the cleaning. Number two, when she's cooking, she's not just in the kitchen flipping eggs and in a frying pan, baking and cooking some chicken and steak. And you know what I'm saying? Like they try to make it seem sweating. I don't want to be, or you shouldn't be sweating over a stove all day. You beautiful girl. You need to go out here in the Matrix and support the cube. You need to go get a career. Support the cube. Now, when she's in there cooking, she is combining seasonings, all types of herbs and spices. They call it seasoning, which is a downplay on what it really is really technology and weaponry. Your seasonings is technology and it's weaponry, son. Because when you combine those seasonings, those herbs and those spices, those organic seasonings, herbs and spices, what you are essentially doing is building weapons of mass destruction. Because when that enters the body, it now fuels the cells with the ability to build weaponry and kill threats that's inside of your vessel. That's not just some basil leaf or some oregano or some sea salt or some thyme. That's weaponry, man. That's technology, bro. And you gotta be a scientist in order to know how to comprise those components together so that you can build the right kind of weapon that is necessary to kill off these parasites. But what the Matrix do is dumb it down. Oh, she ain't supposed to be up in the kitchen cooking and cleaning. Like she need to be out there trying to get a degree. In other words, you need to dumb yourself down from your goddess superpowers and go over here and learn some bullshit so they could give you a damn piece of paper that says bachelor's degree on it and you hang it on a wall. Now you feel proud about simulating and downloading synthetic intelligence when you already had the natural, pure, real, organic intelligence, combining the alchemies and the herbs and the spices together to create the food, nourishing life into the family, to the husband, to the son, and to the daughter. You are a major link in the continuum of health in the solar system that has manifested on Earth, which is the carbon man and the carbon woman, the carbon daughter and the carbon son, the family, the quad. It takes a superpower. That's superpowers, man. That is superpowers. Not everybody could do that. Only the carbon woman could do that. Only the goddess could do that. You know what I'm saying? So when the woman is inside of the house is the temple. It reflects her temple, which is why I say if a woman can't cook, she has a polluted womb. Because if you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to put the herbs and the seasons and the spices together, natural, real, mix that with the real food, you now created all kinds of A-bombs and weapons and laser beams, all kinds of weapons of mass destruction. You just created hell for the parasites inside your temple when you start eating those foods, man. It's like a wave, son. You know what I mean? It's like a damn Hiroshima bomb, son. That just wipe out civilizations of parasites in one swallow. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up there drinking the berry juice, man. You know what I'm saying? The berry juice is like acid for parasites. That berry juice hit their ass, man. That freaking oregano hit them. You put some turmeric in the food, and you drink and you eating the food with the saliva mixing with the turmeric. The turmeric goes into the body. It's like acid for the parasites, man. They're like, oh my God, no. You know what I'm saying? That's the weaponry, man. You know what I'm saying? They try to make they dumb down one of the most powerful pillars in that keeps the family together is the woman in the house. Western world has turned that into something that's negative, son. They turned it into something that's BS. Nah, that is a superpower, son. That is a superpower, a super ability that has been inherited from the gods beyond this dimension, son. You know what I mean? The goddesses, the carbonated goddesses in this dimension, that is a super ability that has been inherited, son, from the goddesses that's outside of this dimension, son. And y'all have allowed them to play down on it like it's nothing, like it's worthless. You don't see the correlation with them taking the woman out of the kitchen. Now you see the entire family is sick. You think that's a coincidence? That they took the woman out of the kitchen? Now the whole family's sick. Baby's sick. Father's sick. Son's sick. She's sick. She got tumors, wearing perm wigs and weaves, overweight, all kinds of ish going on with her organs. Because she turned off her superpowers, which is to nurture life into the family, son. Into the solar system that has manifested on Earth. You know what I mean? And that's what the parasites wanted. Because they created an alternate reality where they strive. And they have members of the God race that's fully intertwined in that alternate reality where the parasites is striving. And their natural cells is dying. I better tap back in, cuz. I better stop sleeping on these parasites. They ain't stupid, bro. They know some things, man. Them parasites know some things. Notice that the parasites don't speak English. Notice that they don't speak none of these languages out here. But they know when they get in that body, they can filter their language through whoever host they hacked and translate that shit in real time and have them up in the lab creating something that sustained the life of a parasite. Know this. Know what I mean? Know this. So I'm just putting that out there, man. Make sure that I understand the abilities of these parasites, man. Make sure you know that they are not just some worm or some nano creatures that just out here swimming around the body just doing whatever, man. All that shit is strategically planned, so they in and outside the body. They don't only exist in the body, son. They exist heavily in commerce, son. A lot of these parasites created a lot of these labs that's building nanotechnology, son. A lot of people, so I remember I seen this video that came across TikTok, and they had this dude showing this, showing how Apple built a microchip, and he kept zooming in, and he was like, "How in the hell did they build this? Apple didn't build that. Parasites built that." You're looking at a construct that was built by parasites. Parasites created that. You know what I'm saying? They just utilize the what they call them, the engineers. They just utilize the engineers' vessels to create the machinery to build on that level. A lot of this nanotechnology that you see out here was built by parasites, son. And parasites is using the human's body like a sleeve. They use it like a mech suit. You ever play any one of the mech video games when you jump inside the mech? You know what I'm saying? The parasites is using the human's body like a mech suit, son. Because the parasites can't naturally build that in their natural form. You know what I mean? So they hacked the giants. They hacked the giants. We know it was giants in those days. The parasites hacked the giants, which is the humans. And they get the humans to build it for them. Or even so-called black people. You know what I mean? And they're being hypnotically manipulated and governed by parasites. And that is a fact. That's not even debatable. You know what I mean? It's going down. So just know that the parasites is in the bodies. They out the bodies. They know how to build buildings. They know how to build technology. They're building all kinds of technology. Don't sleep. Don't think because they small, they're relevant, man. Because that's the perfect, being that small is the perfect cloak. Because nobody would never think. Nobody would never think that that them little small parasites could do that. Bruh. Hell yeah, they can, son. They are extremely strategic, son. Extremely. Yo, let me say this, man. I'm gonna close it on this note, son. Now, I'm not gonna get into too deep with this shit, but I'm gonna close it on this note. I want y'all to think about what I'm about to say right now, son. Parasites have their own religion. I'm out.